you. Everybody. Hello to Legends. Hey Drew, aka the Quats. Let me know if the audio sounds okay. I tried doing some different things with the audio. There's been some people saying that like my voice clips if I get loud. I don't think I'm going to be getting that loud while I'm painting, but it's possible. I don't know. So I tried to put some new filters on the audio. So if the audio is doing weird things, sounds good so far. Okay, good. Also, let me know if it clips at all because I'm hoping I solved the issue, but I won't know. Unfortunately, I can't hear my own audio coming out at the moment. So yeah, and then I've got some chill music playing today. Figured just make it a chill stream. Checking out the chill music station. So let me know if that's coming across okay too. I've already got it playing. So let me know if you're hearing that okay. But yeah, welcome to another mini painting stream. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so today, painting Sarah from the Labyrinth board game. I was a little concerned because I took her out of the box that I had her in, and she felt really sticky. Like all of them so far have felt kind of sticky. And I think it might be because I didn't wash them before I primed them. Which I know was probably not a best practice move. But I did start just trying to paint her just to make sure the paint would still stick. So I painted like one layer of her jeans on so far just to make sure that I wasn't going to start up the stream and then like her paint was just going to like just all fall off of her as I was trying to paint her. It seems to be sticking so far though. So I'm going to keep trying. We'll see how it goes. But if for any reason like the paint just is not doing what I'm wanting it to do, that might be why. So yeah, we'll see. How is everybody doing today? It's Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday? Yeah, pretty sure it's Wednesday. It's one of those days. I woke up a lot earlier today than I usually do, which for most people probably isn't all that early, but I'm not an early person. I actually had a video conference this morning at like 10 a.m. So I woke up at like 8 a.m. to get ready for it. Just because it's like, oh, they actually want to see my face on video for like a potential client work thing. I guess I need to look decent for that. And I needed to, brew coffee and all that sort of stuff. So So yeah, so I'm a little more sleepy than I usually am, just because I woke up early for that and didn't get a nap in. But it's okay. You don't need to be fully awake to paint something, right? Oh, but I might need some people in chat to talk to me so I don't fall asleep while I'm painting. I know, everybody's working right now. It's all good. We just might make it a shorter stream, just in case. We'll see what happens. Also, Sarah doesn't seem like she should be too hard to paint, so we'll see what happens today. But yeah, how's everybody doing? What have y'all been up to? How's your week going? Let me know. I'll tell everyone at work to leave me alone. Thank you. Thank you. I would appreciate that. I need some interaction to keep me awake today. Or I'll just focus on my painting. Yeah. Is everybody else at work? They want me to work. I don't want to work. There's always something with these people. Yeah. Work is rude. And I actually remembered that I made myself an iced chai latte. I'm halfway done with it already, but I actually remembered I had this before all the ice melted in it. Can you hear the... Oh, sorry if I'm bumping the table. Can you hear the music at all, Drew? Is the music coming across on stream? I know sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't, and I wasn't sure if when I was adjusting the audio on things, if the music was still coming through or not. Let me know if you hear anything. Because if on my speakers, it's kind of quiet. Okay. Is that a good quiet? But I can mostly hear it. Okay. Because I feel like that's always the answer. It's kind of quiet. I never know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, goodness. I mean, I can try to make it louder if you think it should be louder. Not bad. Okay. This is like the ideal time to test it when you're the one hearing how the audio comes out. So, if you think it needs to go up at all, let me know. I trust your opinion on how the music's coming across. Turn it up just a bit. Yeah, see, this is the ideal time because you know how things should hopefully be sounding. All right. Did that do anything at all? I just tried to increase it a little bit. And then the other thing is that like this music is quieter than it usually is. Sounds better. So whenever we're playing like more upbeat music, this might be too loud. Let me know if I need to turn it down at any point if it starts getting like way too loud. But I'll leave it here for right now. Yeah, and I'll dive into painting Sarah. Once again, I don't really have a full plan for what I'm doing with this one. I just kind of looked up some quick references right before, as I was just getting the stream set up. And I still have my wet palette from last week. I just added like a smidge more water to it. I didn't really clean it out or create a new one. Amazingly, like, these paints have been in here for a week and they're still wet. The wet palette worked. So, I don't know that I'm going to use all these colors, but I might use some of them. And since they were still wet, I figured, like, I'll just add more color into this and we'll see what happens. But yeah, once again, I'm not a pro at this by any means. I'm figuring it out as I go. I'm sure, like, there might occasionally be people tuning in to try to watch and hope that they're seeing a pro do this, and they'll be like, oh, that is all so wrong. Wrong. I'm always open to people telling me what I'm doing wrong, too. So if anybody ever tunes in who knows what they're doing, and they see me doing something and it's making them cringe, please let me know how to do it better. I'm happy to share what I'm figuring out as I do it, what I'm trying to do, what I'm hoping to do. You know more than I do, so sounds like you're a pro. Yeah. But anybody who's been doing this much longer than I have, which is probably like most people who have ever done any mini painting, probably don't feel that way if they see me painting any of these. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, definitely open to suggestions of how I could do anything better. I'm here for the art. Yay! Hello, Joy. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good afternoon. Yes. Yeah, so chill art stream today. Just hanging out. Gonna be painting Sarah from the Labyrinth. She's already starting to wear some pants. Just had to make sure that the paint was sticking to her because she was a little stickier than all the other figures. But it might also just be because, like, she's flatter than all the other figures, like less texture to her. So maybe they've all just been equally sticky and I just haven't noticed. So much for No Pants Wednesday. I know! She's already got the pants on. Yeah, it's okay. So long as she's the only one wearing pants, right? Alright, well, let's get into... Oh, that's a bummer, yeah. Let's get into the painting stream. Here we go. And we've got our little running Sarah over there as a reference for the colors. Alright, might need to adjust my camera, as always, to try to make sure I'm actually painting in the shot. Let's go! Yes! Yeah, but I'll probably do another layer on her pants real quick, just because I just did one really thin layer just to start with, just to make sure the paint was sticking. The 80s, 90s fest. I know. So I added another, let's see if I can find what I did. There it is. Okay, so I added in 2 different reference photos. One for a better shot of the vest. You need... Yes. And then one for, like, all the colors of everything else over here. I feel like you missed a good opportunity to dress like her today. I know. I don't have that vest. I did see that apparently you can get them off of, like, eBay really easily. I feel like she would be a super easy cosplay. And I feel like, you know, like, I've got, like, her hair length already, the brown hair. I could pretty much, like, cosplay as her, like, older version. I'm not a 16-year-old by any means. You could have been your own reference photo. Thank you. Yeah, I've got the hair down. I just need to, like, have it in a little clip on the side. Maybe she'll be one of the, costumes for one of our Halloween streams. All I have to do is, like, have a white blouse with fluffy sleeves, because she's got those big poofy sleeves. And a little swirly vest, and then jeans and some loafers. I don't think she was 16 in real life either. I don't know how old she was. I think she was supposed to be playing a 16-year-old. I think. But I don't know how old she actually was when she was in the movie. But probably not 36. I feel like I'm probably a little bit older than she was. Yeah. But yeah, I could probably cosplay her. I might try to do that as one of my Halloween costumes. I wonder, like, if I were to dress up as her, would anyone even notice, or would they just be like, oh, you got a weird outfit on today? Like, I feel like this is the sort of outfit, like, you could just, like, I could wear it to church, and people would probably, like, be like, huh, that's a weird outfit. You know, but not even realize that I was dressing up as Sarah from the Labyrinth. If Drew dressed as the first, Ludo? Is that the one? The big furry monster guy? Let me see. The first one. This guy? Ludo? That's who Drew should be? Yep. That'd be cute. The film came out in 86. She was born in 1970. So she was 16. There you go. Yeah, Drew should totally be Ludo. Or he could dress up as Jareth, who I'm planning on painting next week, you know, Mr. Goblin King over here. He's a hottie. Wear the super tight pants. Yeah. As Jareth? No, Jareth. T-H, I believe. Yes. T-H. Not a K. Very similar, but not the same. AKA the Goblin King. That's who you can dress up as. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, so gonna be painting Sarah today. She's the most normal of the bunch. But yeah. Let's see. Going back with some more pants. We're gonna give her another pants layer. So yeah, so I'm doing some nice ultramarine blue for her pants. So who doesn't want some nice ultramarine blue pants? Can you paint a cat giving another cat a colonoscopy instead? Well. I mean, that was the last stream. I can only do that so many times on the stream. I feel like we need to clip that or something. We need to go back and make a clip of the cat colonoscopy, because that was amazing. Yeah, you'll have to make a clip of that, because that was a fun ending to our stream last night. Yeah, we'll definitely have to play the cat game again. I feel like I was on the fence about playing it on stream, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, it made... it was making me laugh till I cried and snorted. So, I think that might have been the first time I snort-laughed on stream. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Joy. Thank you. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Things that I never would have expected to do on a stream. Drawing a cat having a colonoscopy. Good stuff. Good to have a little fun with it. A little bit of cat colonoscopy every now and then. Yeah, so how's everybody's workday going? You really busy? I feel like I need to actually paint her pants better. I just kind of hurried when I did them last time, so I actually need to go down to the actual bottom of her pant leg. I'm driving to Target for a pickup. Is that for your work? Your work needs a pickup, or is that just for you? I love Target. I've never actually tried doing the Target pickup, though. I feel like that's probably smart, because I feel like it's hard to go into Target without wanting to purchase more than what you intended to go in there for. And it's slow currently, but I'm sure that will change soon. Well, I'm glad. I hope it stays slow while I'm streaming. That would be nice. That way you can hang out with me. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, you have Gemma with you as you're going to Target. So yeah, so I'm assuming Gemma wouldn't be allowed inside of Target. Also for you. Yeah. Back to work tomorrow. Oh, okay. So you don't go back to work until Thursday. Interesting. So you work over the weekend then, right? Oh yeah, because you got a weird new work schedule, don't you? I remember you saying something about that. Just so everyone, Gemma is a service dog. Yeah. Target is a no pets allowed, so I'm going to tell them she's my child. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Or if you could just, throw a little service dog vest on her. Yeah, that is kind of a weird schedule. I mean, sometimes it's nice to have weekdays off, because then you can go places while they're not, super crowded. Because I feel like on the weekends, that's when everybody has everything off, so then everything is just, ridiculously crowded. But you know, it's also frustrating to have to work weekends because that's when everybody else has time off. Someone had that on their dog last night, and it was clearly not a service dog. Yeah. I wanted to put it on like a pony or a goat and have like a service pony or a service goat. That'd be cool. I really want to see somebody have like a random service animal that's not a dog. I know they exist. I've heard of like people having like random animals as like their service pets, more of like an emotional support service pet. I want a service pet. Yes. Did you see the clip of the dude on Subway had a service dog with him, but the dog bit somebody on the train? No. That does not sound like a very good service dog. Unless the person was deserving to be bit, in which case maybe it was a good service dog. Did the person deserve to be bit? It was a fake service dog. Okay. Okay, well. Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably like really easy to just buy those service dog vests like online, I'm sure. It's hard to tell if one's legit or not. Well, 99% of people deserve to be bit. Humans are all kind of, sometimes, yes. Okay, I feel like her pants are looking pretty good now. They're nice and blue. Some nice blue jeans. I feel like that's a very blue jeany color. So I was looking and I saw that there was actually like expansions to this game. That now I'm like tempted to buy the expansions just to paint the minis for them. This little stuff. Because they've got like the fiery expansion with all the fire gang. And then they've got the goblin expansion with all the goblins. Which all of those would be fun to paint. I mean, maybe they would make the game actually decent. I don't know. I don't know how the expansions actually affect the game at all. I mean, I guess it's a decent game now, but maybe they would make it better. I don't know. I'm gonna need to look into these expansions, I think. And then they had another game that was like a completely just a spin-off, completely different game with the worms from the Labyrinth. I forgot what the name of that one was. But it's like some sort of like racing game with the worms trying to get in and out of the labyrinth while Jareth like twirls them around or something. I don't know. Downloaded the app, just switched to Drive Up. Ooh. People deserve to be bit. Yeah. I don't think I've heard of this game. Oh, the worm version of the Labyrinth one? I didn't hear about it until I was literally just looking up. Just trying to find this game online. Yeah. Let me try to find it real quick because it was like so bizarro. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh, I don't wanna. I'm gonna open it up over here. Now I send it. Send it to Drew. So it's called Ready Steady Worm. And it's got the worms from the Labyrinth. Which I don't know if you remember the worms from, or the worm. There was just one worm. But this is like got a multitude of worms in the game. It looks so bizarre. But slightly amazing at the same time because I love the worm from the Labyrinth. He's one of my favorite characters, even though he's only in there for like 5 minutes. Sounds like Rejoy needs to come to SA so we can have a ton of games, all the game nights. Yes, yes, yeah. Please come over. We can have all of the game nights. Game nights are always fun. But Joy, have you figured out what you're going to play for your game night yet? I know you were mentioning you were having a game night, I think you said this weekend, right? Alright, so let's see. What are we going to paint next? Maybe her shirt? Yeah. Or her vest. Her vest or her shirt? We'll do the shirt. Because her shirt is pretty much white. It looks like. Look at my other reference photo, but I think it's just white. It's pretty white. I mean, her over vest is kind of that, like, ivory color. But her shirt looks pretty white to me. Wanted to order Wavelength, but it's not going to get here in time. Oh, yeah, Wavelength is a fun one. We like that one. We're probably going to bring that one with us to our game night that we're hosting this Friday. Yeah, just because that's one of those games where if you don't know how many people are going to show up, and if more people show up than expected, you can still play it. I like having those as like kind of backup games to be able to play. Oh, 5-second rule is fun too. I like that one too. Maybe just Jackbox. The attention span of these people, not quite the games I'd like to play with people. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, Just One is also a good one. Have we played Just One with y'all? I can't remember. I know we played it with my family, but I mean, if my family can play it, then anyone can play. That was a terrible sentence. Yeah, I get it. You don't think so? Yeah, Just One. That's a fun little one. Yeah, it's where I don't know if you've ever seen the new game show that came out. Was it Family Game Fight with Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard? But they have a game that they play on there that's very, very similar to Just One. I'm pretty sure they were inspired by Just One, where, you know, there's a word, everybody writes a clue, and any matching clues don't get to be given to the guesser of the clue, and then they use anything that's not matching to try to guess what the word is. Yeah, it's a pretty easy. Oh, you've seen the trailer? Yeah. Well, they play a game in that one that's almost identical to Just One. And it's a pretty cute little show if you like watching game shows. All right, so I'm debating for her shirt. Are we going with matte white or mummy robes? Like, there's these colors that, you know, like, we could either go white or, like, slightly off-white. Plus, I love Kristen Bell. Oh, she's adorable. Mummy robes, all right. Just because it's called mummy robes or because it's, like, an off-white color? Although I might save mummy robes more for mixing into like her vest, because I feel like her shirt, at least in this picture, looks like it's a pretty white shirt because it's off-white. I mean, is her shirt off-white though, or is it white? I mean, her vest is definitely like an ivory off-white.
About making it accurate.
I tell it not to give me stuff with like lyrics to it, and this one's got like a weird person talking in it. I'm gonna switch. I don't like weird talking people. I don't want somebody talking over my talking. Hello, Meeples! Hello, Jay. How are you doing today? Good to see you. I am doing well, thank you. A little bit sleepy. I woke up earlier than I usually do because I had a little video conference this morning. And thanks for doing the shout out to the Love Meeples. Yeah, Drew's on top of things. He's doing the shout outs. Getting your car loaded up. Nice. Yeah, but I'm doing good. Just a little bit sleepy, but I got my little chai latte over there. Getting a little bit of caffeine. Woke up early, aka the crack of noon. That is not true. I woke up before you did this morning, sir. I woke up at 8-ish. The alarm was set for 8. Doesn't necessarily mean I got out of bed at that time. But that's earlier than I usually wake up. I am not a morning person by any means, which is part of why I like working for myself, so I can set my own schedule and not have it be super early. Because that is one thing I was never good at. Oh, I have white on my palette still. I don't know why I'm going to put more white on there. 'Cause this is still wet. Yeah, that was one thing I was never very good at when I worked in-house for people, was showing up early all the time. I'm not a morning person. And even if I do show up early, like, mentally, I'm not all there. So even like this meeting I had this morning, I'm pretty sure that I'd only had like a couple sips of coffee. And this is like a first initial meeting with a potential client. I don't know why I offered to have it be a morning meeting. I mean, I gave them multiple time frames to choose from. And of course they picked like the earliest one. And I'm like, and it was one of those ones where I'm just kind of like, should I make it that early? No, surely they won't pick the earliest option I give them. No, they did. So like during this meeting, I'm like sitting there like, yeah, great, yeah, let's do it. You know, I'm just kind of like, this is like the worst video meeting ever, and it only lasted like 14 minutes. It was a super short meeting. Probably didn't even need to be a video meeting, but oh well. I think when we first got married, she got scolded at her job for being late all the time. Possibly. I mean, I made up for it by staying late. Or like working through my lunch or something. But yeah, typically I don't stay late. So to me, like I still work the full 8-hour day. Should it matter if I'm there like at the crack of dawn? And it's not like my job depended on anybody else. I was the one and only designer there. Let's see. Not that one. That one was there to look professional. Wait. Which one was there to look professional? What are we talking about now? I'm going to put that on my resume. I will work hard, but not expect me to be on time. Yeah. Yeah, do not expect me to be on time. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just not a morning person. Like, that is not when I get my best work done. Because my brain is just not fully functional in the morning. Yes. I've never understood the logic of being late if you stay late. Yeah, no one ever complains if you stay late. I know. Like, so long as I'm getting my full 8 hours in a day, like, that's what I'm getting paid for. And, like, at that particular job, I also would typically be working, like, in the evening or at night, like, unpaid because, like, at the time I was helping them like with some stuff on like their website and whatnot, and they'd be like, oh, we gotta change something like ASAP, like can you get on and just do this edit for us real fast? Like that would happen a lot. So I would do that like unpaid. So like if I showed up a little late, I feel like it balanced. Yeah, there's no reason to start work before noon. I don't know, right? Like anybody who's a morning person, I think there's something wrong with them. What you're supposed to do is if you're late is leave early to make up for being late. Oh, is that how it works? Huh, I've been doing it wrong. Yeah, too bad for them. They're lost. Yeah. I mean, honestly, they didn't want me to leave when I left that job. Even though they didn't like that, you know, I had a hard time showing up like right on time all the time. It didn't help that like with traffic, like, because we moved further away. So it would take at least 30 minutes to get there, like 30 minutes to an hour. And it was hard for me to gauge what traffic was going to look like. So I don't want to leave like extra early just to try to expect traffic to be bad. That sounds awful. So yeah, they didn't want me to leave. They still liked me working there. I tried to tell my boss that I was late for work because of traffic the other day. He said you work from home. Sometimes there's a lot of traffic getting out of bed in the morning. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Animal traffic is a legit thing. Yes, exactly. Like, Apollo's is constantly standing in my way when I'm trying to get, like, through our hallway. And it makes it very hard for me to get anywhere in the morning. There's just this dog that's just standing in the hallway. Yeah, there's a pit bull stalled in the middle of the bed. Exactly. How are you supposed to get anything done like that? I don't know. Oh, goodness. Let's see how well this white paint from a week ago on my palette still works. We'll find out. It might be a little too... might need a little more water. But it's still wet. I'm impressed that this paint has stayed wet, like sitting on my palette for a week. I mean, I know that that's what like wet palettes are supposed to do, but I'm just still impressed that it actually works since this is my homemade palette. We'll watch it tux, and he just moves back to be in the way 6 inches forward. Repeat until I arrive to my destination. Yes. Watch out, tux. Yeah. 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 All right, what is up with all of these songs with like weird whispering people? I'm not into weird whispering. I don't know what they're saying. And it kind of freaks me out hearing weird whispers. I'm not into the whispers. All right, next track. Oh, I don't have instrumental turned on. That's why. I thought I did. Could have sworn I did. All right, it's turned on now. All right, we'll switch to the next track. That's called Kitten Heaven. Yeah, why not? All right, now it's on instrumental. I could have sworn I had it on an instrumental before, but apparently no. I had it on allow weird whisper people in my music. They freak me out. I don't want to listen to weird whisper people. Yeah. So this week old white paint in my palette still prints. Just in case you were wondering, Yowler on an adventure with me. I decided to try and get home without my GPS. Do not know how to get home from Target. Well, I guess we'll find out if you know how to get home. I assume that is y'all are. Yeah, I assume it's y'all are too, but I just like it as Yowler. The voice to text, y'all are. The text is coming at me. Yes, Yowler on an adventure. I like it. Happy to be on an adventure. Let us know how this adventure goes. Let us know where we end up. Do we end up at home? Do we end up in the middle of the labyrinth? Do we end up somewhere else? I would love to know where we end up at the end of this adventure. So far, I have no idea where I am. So it must be the labyrinth. Good. Good. Well, hopefully you can find the center of the labyrinth soon. I'm hoping for somewhere new. Yeah, hopefully you find something like amazing on this adventure. Hopefully you didn't pick up anything from Target that like needs to be refrigerated or anything, so... if a worm gives you directions, you're probably just in Texas. Yeah. Justin storage bin. Wow. I hope Justin didn't want his storage bins back. Oh, I love voice to text. It makes such weird words. Poor Justin, I know. Lost his bins, I know. Lost his bins at Target. Joy has them. She stole Justin's bins. There's a worm on the left of the highway. Should I stop? Probably. And then if it does give you directions, you should probably go the opposite direction. Because, yeah, those worms like to give you the long way around. Like, I'm really wanting to get that Ready, Set, Worm game now just so I can paint the worms. I think I'm headed to Louisiana. I should turn around quick. Possibly. Unless you wanted to go to Louisiana. I don't know. Could be a fun adventure. Get some nice, like, gumbo or something while you're over there. Please get that game. I just might. Just so I can paint worms. I mean, and it seems so silly. I mean, any game that's called Ready, Set, Worm that is a game centered around the worm from the Labyrinth, who's literally like a character that's in the Labyrinth for 5 minutes. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. It's gotta be an amazing game, right? I feel like so far just having like the sleeves painted on this shirt is giving it the feeling of being like a Letterman jacket. I'm gonna go over it a bit more, but just like for whatever reason, like just the different colored sleeves with the vest is like giving me this Letterman jacket feel. What would Sarah major in? Well, I always pictured her being like a drama nerd because like at the beginning of the movie, you know, like she's acting like she's in this play of the Labyrinth or something. And then it like shows all these like clippings of, I guess, like her mother, who is, I assume, like either dead or left the family or something, because in the movie it's her stepmom, like the evil stepmom, and her dad or something. So I don't know what happened to her real mom in the movie, but like they have all these clippings of her like as an actress. So it like looks like Sarah is like wanting to be an actress like her mother or something. What would she let her in? Yeah, so I assume she would be like a theater major. Wanting to like, you know, go the theater route. Because she was like reading that script for the Labyrinth that she was trying to remember the words to at both the beginning and the end of the movie. Stepmom had the real mom off. Probably. I mean, that's what evil stepmoms do in movies, right? That's how all these mothers disappear and you get the evil stepmother. It's just them off on the real moms. Like, I'm really tempted to try to create this outfit now. Yeah, I wish I would have thought to have this outfit before doing this painting thing. Because then, yeah, definitely people would know what I was dressed up as. I'm very, very curious to try to, like, recreate her outfit IRL and see if anyone at all notices. Or if people are just like, you have a weird fashion sense. Why is she dressed like she's from the 80s? I mean, the thing is that, like, everything comes back around, like, fashion style-wise. So I feel like some of these kids, like, mom jeans are a thing again or something, right? Like those high-waisted jeans. Yeah, exactly. So, like, if I were to try to dress like this, probably the kids these days, they would probably be like, oh, wow, I love your outfit. You look amazing, you know? They wouldn't think it's like, oh, that looks like you're from the 80s. They'd be like, oh, wow, that looks amazing. That looks so in style right now. Because kids are weird. So this brush is so long. Like, I keep, like, accidentally, like, flicking my hair with it because it's so long. Like, long brushes are not meant for small detail work. It's very awkward. I'm gonna, like, put paint in my hair. So does anybody else have any plans to dress up for this Halloween at all? Yeah, I'm gonna get painted. Exactly. I'm gonna have, like, weird, like, white streaks in my hair just from this paint. So, Joy, do you ever dress up for Halloween? Have you dressed up at all recently? Or Jay, if you're still hanging around. Or if anybody else is still hanging around. I'd love to know if you have any plans to dress up this Halloween. I do not. Aww. Well, when was the last time you ever dressed up for Halloween? Or have you ever dressed up for Halloween? Probably when we lived in New Mexico. So it's been quite a while since you've dressed up, huh? Do you remember what you dressed up as the last time you dressed up for Halloween? A very, very young kid, yeah. I'm curious what you would have dressed up as. Like, am I one of the only weirdo adults who still, like, loves to dress up for Halloween? Oh, you weren't allowed. Yeah, I guess if you're not allowed to dress up, then it kind of takes the fun out of it. I think we were holes cut into garbage bags and 3 of us were ghosts. Oh, okay. Like, I was thinking, like, all of our garbage bags are black, so I'm like, you were a black ghost? How could you even see that? But I guess there's white garbage bags, too. Oh, yes. Those DIY costumes. I think, yeah, there was one year... I'm pretty sure my mom did that for my sister as one of her Halloween costumes one year. Just threw, like, a pillowcase over her head. I was like, you're a ghost! Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, growing up, I was almost always a cat. Like, every single year. That was my go-to costume. And then every now and then, I'd have, like, another one, because I'd want to mix things up. But I was almost always a cat of some kind. Usually a black cat. Or, like, some weird, creepy monster. Or there was one year I was a witch. Little Red Riding Hood one year. But yeah, like growing up, mostly a black cat. That was my go-to. I always always look forward to Halloween because it's like, oh, I get to dress up as a cat today and nobody will judge me. Although I feel like these days, you know, like these kids and whatnot, you know, like they wear these little cat headbands. This is fashion now. It's like, huh. Where was this when I was a kid? I would have loved to have just worn my kitty cat headband every single day. Without it being frowned upon as, like, dressing up for Halloween every day. Okay, I told it to play only music without voice, or without anyone talking, and yet it's still playing weird stuff. I'm gonna switch that one again, too. At some point I might want to look into trying to find a different way of adding music to a stream. So I know there's other things out there that people do for adding music to a stream. I think some people, like, just play music, like, from YouTube. Maybe it's taking a minute to catch up. Either that or I need to, like, close it and then reopen it again, maybe. Because all I did was, like, toggle a little switch. So it might still be playing it, like, without me having toggled the switch. So yeah, if it does it again, I might just close it and reopen it to see if it saves it. There's some DMCA free Spotify playlist. Okay. BRB, need to find a way home. Okay, yeah, you might need that GPS. Yeah. Find your way home. Or just make it over here. If you make your way over here, that's fine too. And the opposite way of where I thought I was. Yeah, you might want to turn around then. Possibly. I mean, adventures are fun, but eventually you might want to turn around. Or at least look at GPS. Make sure you're going the right direction. Oh, I keep forgetting, like, her vest doesn't go all the way down, so some of this is white shirt back here, too. And I'm gonna take my sweater off. So I keep getting like, I get cold in my room very easily, but then with all the lights on, it gets a little warmer in here. So I'm gonna take the sweater off for now. After this mini, how many more until Labyrinth is complete? Just one! All that's left after this one is Jareth. So, almost there. The pattern on the vest looks like they're gonna be hard. Yes, they do. What like on the mini? Like her hair was covering a good majority of her vest, so I might just kind of just do a few little swirls on there the best I can. I may even try, I don't know, one tip I heard was to use a toothpick for like small details. I may try to grab a toothpick. I didn't grab one before starting to paint this, but I'm wondering if like, because I've got either like a teeny tiny little brush, or I could attempt to just do a bunch of little swirls with a toothpick. I don't know. Maybe I'll try both ways and see which one works better. But yeah, I'm almost done with all the minis for the Labyrinth. Just one more after this one. So long as I don't buy any of the expansions for the Labyrinth, because I just saw today that they have a Fiery and a Goblin expansion, as well as, what was it, like Ready Set Worm. Ready Set Worm, a board game based on the worm in the Labyrinth with minis of the worm. And now I want to get all those. Just to paint those minis. Get all the expansions. I know, I want to. Just to paint the minis. Like, I don't even know if the expansions are any good at all. But, I mean, the Fieries are some of my favorite characters. I mean, I feel like I say that to almost every character. But they're amazing. Them and their heads flying off. And the goblins are super fun. Like, I feel like the goblins would probably be really fun to paint. The Fieries would be fun too, but I feel like they would, like, all of their paint jobs would be very similar and just like very orangey, reddy yellow. But they're fun. I would get to paint a bunch of like weird headless birds. And I apologize if like my head keeps getting into the shot at all. Trying not to. But I don't always look at what the camera looks like and the mini at the exact same time. I try to be good at it, but it doesn't always happen. You're doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I always try to position the camera so it will get like the mini in approximately where it's comfortable for me to paint it. But then I always forget to actually look and make sure that like I haven't shifted in any weird ways or anything. Until like later on, and then I'm like, well, hopefully I've been doing a good job. Who knows? Hopefully somebody would tell me if I was doing horrible and like just painting way off camera and you couldn't see a thing, but then again, I don't know. I don't know with you people. You might be like, hopefully she figures it out on her own. We will yell and scream if you get off screen. Thank you. Appreciate that. Need people to let me know when I'm veering off in horrible directions. Does anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? I know that a lot of people are going to Gen Cons. I feel like I'm going on like Twitter and stuff, and like everything I see is like everybody saying they're on their way to Gen Con right now. Which I hope they all have fun. I would love to check out Gen Con one day. This is not the year, but welcome back. Did you find your way? Are you home yet? Are you on your way home? Do you know where you are? Sarah's looking great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you know where you are now. Are you watching the stream and driving? Yeah, that might be why you got lost. Especially watching a Labyrinth painting stream. Yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate you hanging out, even while you're driving. Just make sure you focus on the road, too. I thought I knew where I was. Well, do you know where you are now? That's the important part. Have you ever been to that Target before? Was that... Aw, thank you, Joy. Was that your first time going to that Target? I found the highway and phoned a friend. Does your GPS not work out there? Sterling usually drives. Oh, okay. I get that. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. You're welcome to use your GPS if you need to. It wasn't loading when I first tried to find it. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you're hopefully on the way back home now. With Justin's bins. Hopefully Justin doesn't want his bins back. Because then you might get lost again. Got Justin bins. Good. He can't have them. No. All of Justin's bins are yours. Okay. I feel like it looks less like a Letterman's jacket now. Now that we've got it going underneath the vest and all. But when it wasn't underneath the vest, that's when it looked a lot like a Letterman jacket. Did any of y'all ever have a Letterman jacket for anything? I had one Letterman jacket for ag. For raising goat. But I don't think I ever actually got a letter for it. I think it was just the jacket. I was supposed to get one for diving, but never picked it up. Aww. You're supposed to get yours for band, but the director wouldn't let you have it. Goodness gracious, what is with all these people not letting people have their jackets? Because it's always 1 billion degrees in Texas. That is true. That is true. So, like, when I was in ag, I think it was the first year that they decided to allow for ag to have a Letterman jacket. And they were hideous. Like, they didn't pick the right shade of orange and blue, which was their school colors. And, like, already orange and blue is kind of a weird combo. But, like, they had, like, it's supposed to be a navy blue, and they used, like, this bright blue. And then, like, it's supposed to be burnt orange, but it was more like a bright orange. So it was, like, this bright blue and this bright orange, and it was hideous. So I refused to ever wear it just because the colors look so hideous. And it wasn't, like, our actual school colors of burnt orange and navy blue. It was, like, bright orange and bright blue. So we really stood out. I'm sure they probably fixed it by now. Yeah, it was a slightly hideous Letterman jacket. Yeah, I felt there was probably only like a week where it was actually cold enough to wear them here. I think that's good enough for the white. Even now when it's cold, I hardly wear jackets. I feel like you're a bit of an exception. You're never cold. Like, you would wear shorts and a t-shirt, like in the snowstorm. Like, and I'm always cold, so like, I'm wearing sweaters around our house in summer. Even now when it's hardly cold, I hardly wear jackets, yeah. Guys, spring is 40-degree weather. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that you hardly ever wear a jacket anywhere. When it hits 50, I open up all the windows. You open up, yeah, you do. I mean, I'm cool with the windows being opened at like 70 degrees. Do you want tacos? Yes. Yes, you do want tacos. If the question is, do I want tacos? The answer is always yes. Jackets are just decoration. So, like, I almost am always wearing a sweater. Drew can probably, you know, confirm this, that, like, even walking around the house during summer, just having the AC on to it being like 70-something degrees in here, like, I'm almost always wearing a sweater around our house. I just get cold super easily. Yeah, you also keep the house at 71. Yeah. So I'm almost always wearing a sweater, even in the summer. Until I step outside, then I'm dying. I wear layers for fashion. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's far too hot outside. Yeah, that's true. I mean, currently, it says it's only 84 degrees outside, which is actually cooler than I feel like it usually has been around this time of day. Time to move more north, Drew. I know. I think that Drew would love living somewhere colder. Like, I would love living somewhere more north just because I love the trees up north. Like, I feel like just like the scenery up north is more beautiful than it is here in Texas. Like, trees here don't grow very tall. It's too hot and dry. I mean, it's not like desert hot and dry, but I mean, it's one step above that. I mean, yeah, there's scenery out east. The butt your mouth. Okay. Hello, Dutch Yoda. How are you? Shut. I love this voice to text. It's making some interesting word choices here. We are the pine curtains. Oh, okay. Move here. Okay. How are you doing, Dutch Yoda? Yeah, you butt your mouth there. Voice to text is fun. Okay, are they actually doing good? How are you all? I'm doing well. A little bit sleepy, just from waking up earlier than usual for a video meeting this morning. But other than that, doing good. Yes, Dutch Yoda is here. It is officially a party. Yay! But getting to do a mini painting today. And mini paintings are always fun. Let's see. Got her shirt down. What am I moving on to next? Her vest, perhaps? Yeah, I think I'll move on to at least the base part of her vest. I'm not going to do the swirlies just yet, but we'll start with that ivory color. Oh, Dutch is here to plan the party. Oh, is Dutch the party planner? That's exciting. Okay, so this is one where we might bring in some of the mummy ropes, but I feel like it needs to be a little bit darker. So we might mix mummy ropes with something else. Maybe some desert yellow. Yeah, maybe some desert yellow mixed with mummy robes might make an ivory color, I'm thinking. I believe so. He made a game about it, so surely Dutch is the expert. Oh, I didn't know you made a game about party planning. As a child, I had a big crush on Jennifer Connelly. I mean, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, especially in the Labyrinth. Don't mind me and my... I really need to put some of those little shaker balls in these paints. I just keep thinking I need to order them, and then I keep not doing it. So just gotta do some extra shake up. Yeah, Jennifer Connelly was cute. Add a little more paint in there. So, Dachiota, so you created a game about party planning? Is this like an actual published game? Or is this one you're currently working on? Or something else entirely? Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do 50-50 of this desert yellow and mummy robes for her vest. We'll see how this turns out. That might be too dark. This might be better for like the swirls on top. I might need to go a little more mummy robe. And I'll let you see my paint mixing with my awesome paint pot with paints everywhere. Because that's exciting. But this isn't meant to be a super exciting stream. It's meant to be a chill stream, right? I feel like that's still a little too dark, but I feel like that would work a bit better for like the swirls on top of her vest, so I might just try to add more white to this into the white, maybe. Maybe we'll just blop it into the white right here and see how this turns out. Something like that might be a little better for... I think I'll add another blop of mummy robes in there. I mean, a good color for Halloween, right? I feel like all of these, the names of these colors are like good Halloween names. Mummy robes. And then all these other names, like, I mean, I realize these are probably meant more for like, most people who paint minis are painting like more Warhammer or whatever figurines. Yeah. Here we go. Now it's looking ivory. That's definitely more of her vest color, I think. Yeah. That looks vesty to me. I'm invested in this. Oh, goodness. Painting Warhammer. Yeah, isn't that what it's called? Like, what most people paint when they're painting miniature figures? Isn't it Warhammer? Invested. You like that? Yeah. Yeah, I don't picture myself ever getting into painting Warhammer. Like, is Warhammer... Like, Warhammer's an actual game, right? Like, some sort of, like, battle something or another. Yeah, I don't know that I'm ever gonna get into painting those sort of figures. It's a tabletop game. Okay, yeah. Hey, there's a gnat trying to get in my paint. Stop that. That is rude. Yeah. Yeah, that's not necessarily up my alley at the moment, but I feel like when you say you're painting a miniature, that's like probably one of the first things that pops into people's mind that you would be painting. Not really what I want to be. I always love a good pun. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this ivory color, I think. I love whenever I can actually mix colors and they actually turn out how I'm wanting them to turn out. That's always nice to see. You have to run away in 5 minutes. Oh, because of your piano lesson? You have your piano lesson today, right? I think that's today. Yeah, okay. Well, you are allowed to run away in 5 minutes. But thanks for letting me know you're running away so I'm not, like, talking to you and being like, he's ignoring me. Well, I hope you have fun at your piano lesson. Appreciate you hanging out until your piano lesson starts up. One of these days you need to play your piano on stream. We could have it be a musical board game. Yes. Yeah, Love Maple's want to see you perform on stream. Yes. Joy wants to. Yep. Hey, if I'm willing to paint on stream now, you should play your piano on stream. It only seems fair. I mean, why do all these lessons if you're not willing to do it for other people? Also about to go in and out of connection, so I'm still here, but we'll let you know when I'm back to internet connection. Okay, that is fine. Thank you for letting me know. Hopefully nothing too crazy will happen while y'all are away. That'll be the time where I get like bot rated or something crazy. Hopefully not. Oh yeah, and so I think a lot of y'all are on our Discord, but some of y'all may not be. So the Discord link just posted in chat, and if you're not already on our Discord but want to see, got a little longer sleep, want to see the final results of any of my mini paintings, I do post them in our Discord. There is actually one of the channels in there is a mini painting channel. So if anybody else ever does any mini paintings, you're welcome to share them in there as well. But I post all of my final ones in here because I don't always finish them up on stream. I haven't yet finished any of them up on stream, at least. So usually I finish them up off stream. But then I'll upload the final pictures onto our Discord for anybody who cares to see what the final results look like. You are welcome to join over there if you would like to see the final results of this, because I probably am not going to finish it on stream today. We'll see. But yeah, I've got the finished results of like all the other mini paintings I've done so far. So Ludo, Sir Didymus, Hoggle, and that's all so far. I'll probably try to take a picture of like all of them together once I finish with this one and then Jareth. Maybe post them to our Instagram at that point once they're all done. But I don't know. So Jay, if you're still hanging out, have you done a mini poll before? I'm trying to remember if you said you did or not. I know you're saying you have an awful memory. I also have an awful memory, so I can't remember if you mentioned if you had ever done a mini painting before. Haven't mini painted. Not enough patience. Oh, I get that. Like, pretty much the only way I could get myself to do the mini painting was, you know, just actually scheduling myself to do a stream where I was mini painting. Otherwise, I don't know why. I just feel like, oh, it's going to take so much time to do that. But, like, if I'm hanging out on a stream, it doesn't feel like I'm, you know, bad memories united. Yes. Yeah, I have a very bad memory. Like, I have to write so many Post-it notes to myself to remember anything. But at least I remember to write things down on a Post-it note, so that's helpful. Hello, Wim. How are you doing? I'm shedding. Good to see you. Doing okay? Good. Good. Glad to hear it. You look a bit like the picture. Yeah. Yeah, we were kind of discussing that a little bit earlier that, you know, I feel like I could probably cosplay as Sarah pretty easily, like an older version of her. But like I've got the hair. All I need is the outfit. Yeah, so I'm thinking about maybe for one of like our Halloween streams or something. I'm wanting to dress up for them anyway, so I feel like this is like a super easy like costume cosplay thing to try to put together. So I might try to do this one and just see if anyone even notices that that's what I'm dressed up as. I make notes too, but don't do it during stream. Yeah, if it's something like a link I'm to check out, I leave it open until after the stream. That's a good idea. And that's why I usually ask people to like just put their links in our Discord. Like, even though I don't always remember to check them like right after the stream, like I like that Discord lets me know like things have been posted in there. And then I'll usually notice it eventually, like a day after. Sometimes I'll notice it right away, but sometimes it's like a day after before I'm like, oh, look, things were posted in here. And then I'll check it out once I remember it's in there. Yeah, the real fan will for sure. Bring a crystal ball, yeah. Yeah, where do you find a crystal ball at? I mean, you can find anything online. I'm sure you can find a crystal ball online. Or if I just blow bubbles. Is that the same? So I did once go to a sing-along event for the Labyrinth, and they did have us like blow bubbles during the like ballroom dream sequence. Like they gave you different little props for different points of the movie to be able to kind of like interact with the movie. So yeah, during the dream sequence, like they had everybody blowing a bunch of bubbles, so the theater was, sorry to hit the mic. The theater was just like filled with all these bubbles during the dream sequence, so that was pretty cool. Glass ball is cheaper. That's true. That is true. Could just get like a giant glass ornament. Yeah, blowing bubbles all over a computer, probably not the best idea. But yeah, I remember that was pretty fun. And then they gave us all whoopee cushions to use during like the Bog of Stench scene. So like during that one, we all would like be squishing our little whoopee cushions during the movie. That was fun. I feel like there might have been one other thing they gave us to do as part of the interactive thing as well, but I can't think of it at the moment. I know for sure it was the bubbles and the whoopee cushion. And then, of course, it was the sing-along, so they had, you know, the lyrics on screen for all of the songs for us to be able to sing along. And then there were some people who went all out and, like, were dressed up in cosplay. Like, this is also, like, if I get this outfit, and if they ever do another one of these, like, sing-along events, I will go again dressed up as Sarah in cosplay. I just can't cut my hair. Or get a wig to keep it this length. Like, I've got, like, the perfect hair length right now for it. Problem is, like, once it starts getting this long, I always want to start cutting it. So I feel like I need to keep it this long, at least for Halloween, to be able to pull off a Sarah costume. I'll grow my hair out and be David Bowie. Yes. Yes, please. It means you need the tight pants. That would be fun. I love how, like David Bowie in the Labyrinth. He's got, like, multiple costume changes, but they all have the super tight, like, legging pants on. They're hilarious. I'll bleach your hair, yeah? Oh, that would be fun. Ooh, and then we could... Ooh, I was gonna say we could dress Apollos up as a goblin, but I feel like maybe he would be more fun to have him be Ambrosius, and then we could put, like, a little saddle with Sir Didymus sitting on top of him. How cute would that be? Like, yeah, he's the wrong kind of dog, but still works, right? That would still be adorable. Let's see. I bet you would create a little animatronic Didymus. And by you, I think you mean, like, you could create the animatronics. I could create the, like, puppet of him, or at least attempt to. But you could animatrate it. I don't know why I keep trying to say we could. Okay. Gotcha. We could. Yeah. The two of us together, with our powers combined, we can do that. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, we're currently attempting to try to make an animatronic dragon. So we'll see how that turns out. That'll be our first foray into attempting to make our own animatronic. So I'm very curious to see how this actually turns out, because we've never attempted to do anything like this yet, so we'll see. If it goes well, I'll definitely have to show it off on stream and let y'all see what we come up with. For anybody who cares. Gotta run. Well, enjoy your piano lesson. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see if I'm still streaming by the time you get back from your piano lesson. I'll probably just keep going until I at least get all the base colors on her. So I think, I don't know, Jay and Wim still hanging around. Are y'all both working right now? Y'all hanging out while you work? Still here, yeah. Are you working at the moment, or are you off right now? And do you work as a webmaster? Almost midnight. Oh, I forget that you're not. So you're not in the US, right? Working away, nice. Do you mind me asking what you do as a job, Jay? I am curious. What is your work that you do? Unless it's top secret and you don't want to say. It's only 10:30. I'm a webmaster. Nice. I just had this feeling, for whatever reason, that you were a webmaster and front-end developer. Nice. I don't know why I had this feeling that you were a webmaster, but I just had this hunch. National Operations Manager for a retail chain in Canada. Oh, that's fancy. Sounds like a very important job. And all kinds of internet stuff. Internet stuff is good. That's awesome. Cool title. I know, right? It sounds like very official. Other stuff. Yeah. Stuff, and more stuff. Always good. Those are fun. Those are fun. Like, I always admire people who can do any sort of the webmastering stuff. I've dabbled in it a little bit, but like doing too much of the coding side of things gives me a headache. Like, I was really into it back when websites first became a thing, and everything was just completely HTML based, with maybe like a little bit of CSS. But once things started becoming fancier, and then like, so I went to school when Flash was big. So I actually went to school like for web design initially, and like everything was Flash based at the time. I'm aging myself now, I'm sure. Yeah, so like everything I ever learned is like all outdated. And jump into holes that need to be filled at work. Nice. Well, that's the most important part. HTML and CSS. Yeah, so like that is what I had initially learned. Adjust my camera again because I realize I'm painting higher. Okay, there we go. But then anything beyond that, I started getting headaches and trying to figure out all the other like PHP or anything like that. Look what they do in JavaScript these days isn't making a better web. No, you know, my title is fancy, but it's just a title. Yeah, but it's nice to have fancy titles. Do you have a business card where you can like show people your fancy title and be like, look at me, I have a fancy title? You might like SVG, maybe the scalable vector graphics, or is that something different? That's the only SVG I know of. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so I do a lot of graphic stuff. It does have a lot of responsibility, but it's not CEO. So it's irrelevant. Nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anybody but the CEO. Yeah. It's always less important, but still very important. You can do amazing stuff with SVG plus CSS. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I don't do too much web-based work anymore. I switched more to the print side of things for the most part. I mean, I will still do like web graphics every now and then because a lot of people will want things to, you know, use for social media posts and whatnot. Or just, you know, graphics they can use on the web in some format on their websites and their emails, what have you. So I mostly, like, I do a lot of just, like, graphic design, so work for that sort of stuff. Hello, Teasel! How are you? So yeah, that's kind of like, I do my own website work right now, but everything's WordPress. which I know, like, there's a lot of people who are actually, you know, web design people or webmaster people who hate WordPress. I just like it because I find it easier than trying to figure everything out. Everything's good. Awesome. Yeah, and I like doing like the illustrative side of things. I don't always get as many illustrative jobs, but I actually the video meeting I had this morning, a potential new client was actually for an illustration job, so I'm excited about that. Hoping that one pans out. We'll see. It has uses for sure. Yeah. I feel like I keep shitting everywhere. So, Wim or Teasel, have either of you ever done any mini painting before? I always like knowing like who actually has or hasn't done it. So I always feel like if anybody's actually good at this, they're probably like hardcore judging me right now. Like, wow, why would you do that? Oh, and I realize I keep painting like off the camera. I'm sorry. We work with more enterprise level content management systems. Oh, that sounds fancy. I had a go at it. How did that go? The question was, have you tried to do a mini painting yet? Or a miniature figure painting? Yeah, I feel like if you're saying you had a go at it, then it might. I have to try it and match up with Jason. Oh, with the fancy title? I like it. Very nice. Yeah, if you just had a go at the minifigure painting, though, I feel like you probably only, like, quickly dabbled in it, and that it didn't, like, become a full-time hobby of yours by any means. Yeah, Teasel, I just like to ask if anybody has any experience painting minifigures at all, just since, you know, I'm still very much a newbie at this. I like knowing if there's any pros in here. If there ever are, they're more than welcome to let me know, like, what I'm doing horribly wrong at any point. Because I know I'm not a pro by any means. If I had experience painting, yes. Yes, no. That was the question. If you've had experience painting any minifigs at any point. Painted 20 minis from Mechs vs. Minions. Oh, yeah. And the little birdhouses for Wingspan. Nice! That's awesome. I bought a bunch of Warhammer minis once and never touched them. Well, I mean, you can always try to paint them at some point. Yeah, because I initially, like, we bought this game years ago. And do you have Discord? Yes. If you type in !Discord in the chat, thank you, Joy. Yeah, Joy just did it in there. That brings up the link to our Discord. So yes, please do join. Yeah, we have a mini painting channel in there as well. So if you ever want to share any of the mini paintings you do, you're welcome to share them in there. Or if you want to see the final version of any of my mini paintings, you can see them in there as well. Here in Italy, it's not uncommon to buy all sorts of weird stuff in newspaper stands. Interesting. Is that where you bought your Warhammer figures? Wim, the webmaster, national manager of enterprise level content management systems. Yes, that's a mouthful. Got back to connection just in time. Oh, awesome. Perfect timing, Joy. Welcome back. I think I'm pretty content with at least the base colors for her vest for right now. I need to fix where I painted over one of her sleeves. There was a time where they sold an introduction to Warhammer. It came with 2 orc archers in plastic. That's all the experience I have with miniatures. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just always curious, like, what experience everybody has. Because, like, this is now the 4th mini I painted. So, definitely not a pro, but I'm having fun with it. The only miniatures I'm familiar with is miniature golf. Miniature golf is fun too. I don't know if they have it in Canada, but have you ever seen the show Holy Moly? The, like, miniature golf competition show? I love watching that one. I'm not sure if they show it there at all. Every episode, yes! Yeah, I love that show. That's an amazing show. Have you been mini golfing recently? Like, I feel like it's been a few years probably since I've done mini golf, but I love it. It's just, it's always so hot, and like most of the time it's outdoors. We do have one indoor place here that I know of called Monster Golf, and like everything's like monster themed. It's kind of fun. That one's indoors. The commentators are the best. Yes. Yeah, like Rob Riggle. He's my favorite. I would watch anything he was ever commenting on. Posted 2 pictures on Discord. Oh, awesome. I'll have to check that out. We did a mini putt road trip the first week of August. 23 mini putts over the course of a week. One of them with Defoob and Colorfly. Oh, that's so cool. That sounds amazing. And you didn't come down to Texas to mini putt in August here where it's super, super hot? I don't understand why you wouldn't do that. I mostly work with leather, to be honest. Oh, that's really cool too. All right, I need to look over here real quick and see what you posted together. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Those look awesome. I love it. Your president won't open the border. Oh, really? I don't pay attention to what our president does. Well, I'll try to have a talk with him about that. Not like he would listen. Well, that's a shame. I didn't realize that the border was still closed. I honestly thought it was Canada that wouldn't let us in there. But I don't really pay much attention to politics because they just make me sad. Like anytime I hear anything political, it's always depressing and awful. So I try to avoid it if I can. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll do her shoes next. We're getting to more of like the little detaily bits. Let's see. So I think, yeah, she's got some brown loafers. Let's see. Maybe a nice leathery brown.
All right, let's bring that beat back.
Yeah, we'll leather brown it, I think. She's got some leather-looking loafers. Nice alliteration. They were fun to paint. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might take those with me on a holiday and paint a few more. Oh my god, fun! Yeah, those look super cute. I like those. That's really cool. Oh no, we opened our border almost 60 days ago now. We still can't get there. It's caused major issues for our upcoming trip. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Well, if I could have any control over it, I would fix that for you. Unfortunately, I don't. Win the webmaster. National Leather Craftsman Expert. Yes. Only 100 left to paint. That's not fun. You can do that. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So what is your upcoming trip? I don't know. I feel like I might have like overheard you briefly saying something about it on your stream, but it was like when I was lurking and only like half paying attention at one point, I think. Yeah, because Drew likes to try to talk to me, and it's hard for me to pay attention to multiple things at once. Oh, like anytime I ever start like trying to like talk to people on their stream, Drew always wants to come up and start talking to me, and I'm like, I'm trying to pay attention to what other people are saying. like her shoes might be a bit darker than this, but if I do a washover, darken up. We'll see. I can always add more dark color to it later. Or I could just mix in a tad darker now. I think I heard you only love meeples last night, but then the light went out. Yeah. I was hanging out with the Love Meeples last night. Oh yeah, online. Yeah. I was hanging out with the Love Meeples last night. After we raided them, I was playing along. Wrong. That is the second time I have tried playing Trails of Tucana on someone else's stream, and both times I have managed to mess it up somehow. I am cursed trying to play that game on anybody else's stream. We're going to Cali. Was supposed to drive to Wisconsin for DuchessCon. Oh, I didn't even realize it was DuchessCon. That's fun. Then fly down to California, then back to Buffalo so we can drive home. Had flights booked. But now we had to get flight credits and rebook out of Toronto. Oh, that sounds like a fun trip, though. So what is happening at DuchessCon? That's exciting. I didn't realize there was a DuchessCon. It's hard for me to keep up with everything all the time. There's too many things I try to keep up with, and then I just can't keep up with anything. Oh, well, hopefully you can get your trip to work out all right. Yeah, that's kind of like our 10-year anniversary is coming up next year. And we had initially had planned like years ago that like for our 10-year, we wanted to do something really big and like go to another country, you know, do something really fun. But then of course COVID hit, so it's like, okay, well, maybe we'll scale it back a little bit. We're still planning on trying to go somewhere new, you know. We're currently planning on Lake Tahoe. We're gonna go check out Lake Tahoe. I've never been skiing. They've got a lot of skiing and stuff over there, so we figure we'll give that a try, see how that goes. But yeah, all this COVID stuff just ruining everything. DuchessCon is a board game convention that Duchess runs. Oh, that's cool. Has she done that a lot, or is this like one of the first ones that she's done? Trip is fixed now, but just had to pay for the flights twice. The upside is we have our flights paid for the next trip. Oh, okay. Bummer you had to pay for the flights twice, because I know flights can be expensive. So I just purchased some flights like ahead of time for our anniversary, and those aren't cheap. At least the ones that we booked. I was like trying to do that whole like watch the price of flights for a while. They ain't cheap. But it's fun. I'm gonna have to look into that DuchessCon. Does she have like a website or anything for that, or is that just kind of something that? I mean, I'm sure it's probably like. I feel like I'm in her Discord. I just don't always pay attention to what's happening in every single person's Discord. So I'm sure there's probably something about it in there. Who did you book through? I just Google searched. We ended up booking through, I think it said it was American Airlines or it was Southwest as American, which I don't even understand how that works. You probably understand that more than I do. But yeah, it said that our flights was Southwest as American, but the booking was through the American website. I'm not really sure how one airline just masquerades as another one. Weird. But yeah, it was hard. Like sometimes I can find flights to some places that are like decently priced, but for whatever reason, trying to find a flight from here going over to Lake Tahoe, or I guess because it was technically flying into Reno. It's probably Southwest as American. Oh, SkyWest. Maybe that was it. Maybe I just like read it real quick and thought it said Southwest. That's probably it. I just saw an S and a West, and like my brain probably just like auto-filled the middle part. Yeah, that's probably it. Which is still odd, but yeah. Isn't that a thing? Like, if you just see the beginning part of a word and, like, the end part of a word, like, your brain just fills in the middle. So, like, I feel like that was something that used to go around the internet for a while. Like, can you read this? And it's, like, all jumbled up, but, like, the beginning and end of all the words were written correctly. Just to prove that, like, you don't need to read, like, an entire word to read a word. Just seeing the context or something. Yeah. Don't know what it's called, but yep, yeah. Their shoes look like they'd be very comfortable for running around in the labyrinth then. Like, for her not realizing that she was gonna get sucked into the labyrinth, like, she had, you know, good comfy shoes, you know, the jeans. Like, she was fairly well dressed for running around the labyrinth. Like, it would have sucked if she was, like, wearing high heels or something and then got sucked in, trying to run around in that. That would have been awful. You had to know you had comfy shoes, yeah. I mean, I guess, like, at the time she got sucked in the labyrinth, she was just kind of, like, hanging around her house. Like, if it was just me hanging around my house at that point, I would probably not have been as dressed as she is. Which would have been awful for being sucked into a labyrinth. She was lucky she was as dressed as she is, just hanging around her house. So Jay, have you ever been to Duchess Con before, or any other con? Or has anybody else here been to any other cons? Like, I know that there's that Gen Con this weekend that so many people are going to. Like, everybody is talking about cons at the moment. Specifically that one. Oh, I've been to Spiel twice. Nice. Would you go again? I mean, if you went twice, I feel like if it was good enough to go the second time, it must have been pretty good. This might be an odd question. What is your odd question? It's big. Oh, nice. I wonder if that one, how that one compares to Gen Con. Are any of you familiar with the Disneyland board game? I didn't even know there was a Disneyland board game. Jay, are you familiar with the Disneyland board game? I feel like I remember you being a Disney person. But maybe I'm imagining that. Yeah, I am not familiar with the Disneyland board game. And asking any board game related questions, never odd. I don't ask board game related questions here. Is that one you're looking at getting? I've never. Yeah. Is this a newer one or an older one? Like, I'm curious what it's all about. Let's see. Love Me Business. I have heard of the Disneyland board game, but never played it. Okay. It's a very strange board game. You play as a Disneyland tourist and have to pass 4 trials. Interesting. What kind of trial do you have at Disneyland? We have a board game from the Escalade? I don't know what that is. I have been to Breakout Con in Toronto and one in Niagara Falls. Ooh, Canadian side, that's fun. Yeah, we'll be attending our first board game convention this year at BGG Con. So I'm curious how that compares to like all the other conventions. I haven't been to any of the other board game conventions. I'm not really sure how one compares to another. One trial is Alice's Maze. One trial is a gold mine. One trial is a pirate ship. And one trial is something that involves a space shuttle and magnet. That sounds interesting. Every trial is based on an attraction at the park and gives you a souvenir when passed. That's fun. Oh. The Efteling is the best amusement park in the world. Interesting. I have never heard of it. That's fascinating. I'm going to have to look into this now because I had never heard of it before. BGG Con is probably much larger than the 2 I've been to. They're more local events. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm assuming BGG Con probably isn't as big as Gen Con is. But yeah, probably on the larger side. It's just one of the ones that was closer to us that's actually having a convention this year because PAX South is in our city. And I want to try to check that one out at some point, but they're not having it yet. After you get all the souvenirs, you put an iron ball inside of the Disney Castle and it breaks the Disney Castle drawbridge open. Oh my goodness, that sounds fun. I need to look into this now. After Disneyland, right, Wim? No. I'll post the pics on Discord. Yes, please do. I am actually very intrigued by this now. Has Disney won a Golden Apple Award? I didn't even know there was a Golden Apple. I feel like you're making things up now. Yeah. I don't even know what a Golden Apple Award is. Yeah. Are you making things up now, Wim? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm very curious. Like, is this amusement park bigger than Disney? Was the Golden Apple Award created by the Efteling? You're trying to make me say all these words I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher that if I try to pronounce it. Pomme d'Or? Probably totally wrong. But that's Golden Apple, right? That's just the translation. Yeah, we are the best to prove it. We have made a new award called the Golden Apple Award. See, if you just make your own award and award it to yourself, genius. You can say you're an award-winning anything if you just create your own award. Oh, goodness. Like, that's actually a probably brilliant marketing strategy. That's what anybody ever does. Like, whenever they say, like, we're an award-winning such and such. Like, do they just make their own award up? I posted a link that talks about the game in bigger detail and has a lot of pictures. Awesome. And Wim, unfortunately, links do not work in this chat. We have them disabled unless you are a mod, which Joy is. I don't know if Joy is still hanging out. If you whisper it to Joy, she can post them in here. Otherwise, you're welcome to post them in our Discord as well. You're here. Okay. So yeah, you can whisper anything to Joy, and she can post any links in here for you as well. And awesome, Kizo. I will definitely check out that link after this stream. I'm very curious to see more about that. So thank you. Oh, you whispered it to Jay. Okay, that works too. Yeah. That works too. I mean, now, I just won't believe you, but so long as Jay believes you. Jay can let us know if it's legit or not. I would love to know Jay's verdict on this. Also whisper it to Joy. Perfect. But yeah, that sounds interesting. I would like to check out more amusement parks. I think that would be fun. Alright. I feel like I could maybe paint like maybe a tip of herself in here, maybe. I feel like it's been a while since I've been to an amusement park either. We've got like 2 next to us, and we actually have passes to SeaWorld, but we haven't used them since the pandemic hit. I don't know. There's still tons of people going over there all the time. We probably could just go over there, but I don't know. And it's like right down the road from us too. Thank you for posting that link. This game is from 1992. Oh wow, so that's a bit of an older game. It's an award decided by the European Association of Professional Travel Writers and Journalists. Fancy. You're so old. How old are you, Diesel? You're probably not that old. I feel like you're probably... I don't know how old you are. Like, I always feel like I'm old. Compared to, like, so many other people on Twitch. I'm just like, oh, I'm so old. Okay. Okay, nice. Very cool, very cool. Guess how old you are. It's hard for me to guess how old somebody is when I can't see them. But being as your name is based off of a Mega Man character villain, I'm gonna guess maybe you're roughly the same age I am. Are you in your 30s? I'm gonna guess you're somewhere in your 30s. Also, when it won the award 50 years ago. Oh, wow. 35. See? I was right. You are roughly around the same age I am, and I am older than you, so don't say you're old, because then you're calling me really old. Oh. Yeah, fun guess, Joy. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Yeah, see, 35 isn't old. Yeah, so I'm 36. So yeah, if you're old, then I'm ancient. Oh, a lot has happened in 50 years. Yeah, Disney World didn't even exist. Oh, Disney World didn't exist 50 years ago? I don't know why I felt like it probably did. I don't know. When was Disney World created? I feel like Disney World was around 50 years ago. But that it was like one ride. I don't know. I'm making things up. Oh, they're celebrating 50 years October 1st. Oh, that's fun. How old? Drew's the same age. He's technically 6 months older than me, but he is currently 36 as well. He'll be turning 37 next month though. So, yep. We're old folks. If you visit the Netherlands, you need to come with us to... Yeah, you do need to go there. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Oh, Disneyland in California turned 64 in July. So Disneyland is older than Disney World is? So Disneyland's the original? I did not know that. I always thought Disney World would have been the original one. That a world would come before the land. I don't know. Disneyland is the OG. I never knew that. I never knew that. Interesting. So is that why it's smaller? Because Disneyland is smaller than Disney World is. Like, they wanted to expand, so they're like, we'll just create our own world somewhere else. Disneyland is the original, yes. Oh, Walt Disney actually walked the grounds of Disneyland. Oh, he died before. Fascinating. I always find it fascinating when, like, somebody dies and yet, like, their legacy just lives on in this crazy way. Like, Walt Disney, you know, like, his company is just, like, insane and keeps going everywhere. That's crazy. What are we doing next? I wanted to try to attempt her skin color. I feel like that's going to be one of the hardest parts of getting the skin color right. Because I don't necessarily want it. It needs to be a bit darker than her vest, but I don't want to make it, like, too pinky. I feel like a lot of these, like, bottled flesh colors are very pinky or orangey. I want to make some sort of a mixture for skin color. Like, I really don't like these, like, flesh colors that are in the bottle. They just look really weird. So, like, these are the options. There's elven flesh, which this is, like, very yellowy orange. I don't like that. Tanned flesh. That one's, like, very pinky brown. Then we've got barbarian flesh. Because they apparently have different flesh, too. And this one's also, like, very orangey pink. Not sure how I feel about these colors. I might try to mix something here. The history is pretty cool. Since land was already becoming large, they had to buy land in Florida under fake business name to prevent price gouging. Oh! That's cool. I feel like they probably have, like, a documentary on this somewhere, right? I feel like they have a documentary on everything. Just the other day, I accidentally stumbled across and watched a documentary on the start of Doctor Who. That was interesting. Yet they price gouge. Yeah. Ironic. Yeah, I feel like anything that is a travel destination, I think I'll try some of this barbarian flesh. Maybe tone it down with something else so it's not so orangey. Ooh, you've been watching Doctor Who this evening. Nice! Which season of Doctor Who are you currently watching? I love Doctor Who. I'm trying to watch all of, like, I'm actually watching season, like, the original season 1 and trying to start watching from there. It's, like, impossible. Season 2 right now. Okay, so, like, the original season 2? Of the new series. Okay, okay. Who? Doctor Who, that's who. Nice, yeah. So, that's the one that starts with David Tennant, right? David Tennant is my favorite Doctor. Found them on Prime. Oh, nice, nice. Are they, like, free on Prime, or did you actually have to pay for them still? Because I think they are free on. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah. Yeah. I think that's where I've started watching some of the newer ones. Yeah, I haven't been as big of a fan of, like, the newest seasons. But David Tennant's my favorite Doctor. Yeah, but I've started trying to watch like the original Doctor Who season 1, Christopher Eccleston, yeah. But you said you're on season 2, right? Season 2 is when David Tennant becomes the Doctor, I believe. If I remember correctly. Yeah, so I'm not watching season 1 with Christopher Eccleston. I'm watching season 1 from like the 1950s. But I can't remember his name. Old guy in black and white. Like the original. Which is really awful, by the way. William Hartnell. Oh, is that his name? I should know that. I watched the documentary. But like I was mentioning before to Jay, bad memory. Especially with names. I'm really bad with names. What am I wanting to mix with barbarian flesh to make it less silly putty? It looks like silly putty. That's what this color reminds me of. It reminds me of the color of silly putty. I don't know if it comes across on camera as silly putty looking as I think it looks, but to me this looks like the color of silly putty. Which I don't feel like normal human skin looks like silly putty. I like the 12th Doctor. Oh, okay. Trying to remember. So the 12th Doctor. Okay, that one was. Oh, what's his name? Now I'm blanking. Yeah, hello, Book of Nerds. How are you doing? I know you actually do mini paintings, so you. I'm glad you agree that this looks like silly putty to you. You might have good suggestions on colors to mix to make this look less like silly putty. How are you doing today? Peter Capaldi, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I was blanking on his name. So that one's your favorite Doctor? Yeah, Peter Capaldi was good. Not my favorite. No David Tennant, but he was good. I feel like I liked him better later on during his season. Like, I feel like he started off a little rough, but then he got his groove going a little later. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Glad to see you here. That's exciting. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm curious to see where they go with like the next season, because I think they're going to get another new Doctor whenever they start it back up again. So I'm curious to see where they would go with that. Let's see. What color would mix well with this to make this look more fleshy and just not completely weird? He just regenerated, might be normal. Oh, to be a little weird after you've regenerated? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let's see. I'm trying to think of how to best make a good flesh tone for you that doesn't look like silly putty. Like maybe if I just lighten down the barbarian flesh a little, it'll look a little less silly putty-esque. Maybe. We'll see. This might look awful. If it does, I'll just paint over it. Like, this is like one of the things I think I've been least looking forward to and why I saved the humans for last, because like painting like a legit flesh color seems more daunting to me personally. Like, at least with like mythical creatures or like monsters and goblins and all these other things, like if you paint them just a funky new color, they look fine. Like, if it's a little off color, no one's really gonna notice. But like flesh, if you paint it a weird color, I feel like people will notice a bit more if it's supposed to be just a normal human. Like, if they look a little sickly, it'll be more noticeable. That's not the brush I use. Yeah. But I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who's a great show. That's probably one of my favorite shows, right? One of the few shows that I actually watch, like, without Drew. Drew's seen a couple of episodes, but that one's one of my shows. Yeah, I'm trying to get through, like, the really old episodes, but they're just really hard to get through. Like, the very, very first season the old black and white first season of Doctor Who. It's a bit rough. Like considering that it's kind of like the start of television, kind of, in a way. It's good for when it was created, I think. I mean, it was good enough, obviously, that they're still making it today. So, that's impressive. But, like, just some of the characters on there and their acting at the very beginning, it's bad. Like, comically bad. And they also had, like, just a super tight budget, so just, like, everything on there is just, like, you can tell, like, some of the things that they're trying to do is just, like, they'll be jumping across, like, what's supposed to be, like, a cliff or something, and it's like, yeah, that's not very convincing. Oh, yeah. And since I haven't mentioned it yet, just popped up, it is Septempurr this month, even though I am not doing anything cat-related during my painting streams. It's still technically Septempurr. So, half of all subs and bits we get for this month get donated to the Animal Defense League for the kitties, the puppies. And I can mix my paints so you can see what I'm working with here. I realize I don't do that on stream sometimes. But trying to create a more fleshy colored color for her that looks less like Silly Putty. But yeah, so we've got pretty much all of our board games that we are playing this month are all cat games. We go with the Septempurr theme. I feel like this is still very pinky. Maybe I could add like an image of like a light brown color in here, maybe? Just to make it a little less pinky? I'm contemplating. Is this the base color for the skin? Yes, I'm attempting. This is the first time I'm attempting to try to do a base color for skin. So if you have any tips, please share them. I am open to all suggestions of people who are much better at this than I am. This is me fumbling around and trying to figure out what I'm doing and having everybody watch as I try to fumble around and figure it out. So yeah, if you have suggestions for base colors for skin. I do currently have the Army Painter Mega Paint Set. So there's a few colors I can use in here. I would go darker for the base, and you can layer up with lighter colors to give it depth. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. So maybe add in like a bit of a lighter brown to this, you think? Let's see what we can do with this. So there's like this desert yellow, but I feel like that might make it too yellow here. Let's see. Like, I don't even have like a good light brown. There's leather brown. It looks like a medium brown. But maybe if I just add like the smallest little drop of this in there. I don't know. Like, I feel like I've mixed other colors earlier, and I'm like, I don't know what I mixed. But this is the other bad part of me having a bad memory. Is like, oh, I like what I mixed before, but I don't remember what I mixed to make some of these things. Maybe I'll just throw a bunch of things together and see what happens. Maybe a smidge of this and a smidge of that. We'll just mix it all up. And I'll probably be like, nope, this looks awful. Let's not go with this. But sometimes just mixing paints together is fun. Alright, I'll mix this in and see what happens. Oh, this is not going to be too yellow. Yeah, I am pretty sure this is going to be way too yellow. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll add more of this. More of that. I feel like a mad scientist trying to mix paints right now. Just like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. still feel like this is still a little pinky. But not as pinky as it was before. Like, compared to where it started out, it's not nearly as bad. It's still slightly... I still want to, like, maybe add, like, the smallest little drop of red. Maybe. I don't know. That might not be awful. Like, if I put, like, a wash over that, maybe it would help it. That's still too pinky. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it. I don't know. You're probably sitting there like cringing, watching me try to do this, debating what a good flesh color is. I feel like that might. Well, we'll try this to start out with. See if it looks like absolutely hideous. Because I think I darkened it up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how this looks. Let's start with the hands. I think I could probably fix the hands a little better than the face if the face looks like absolutely hideous. Okay, okay. Let me get the camera back where I'm painting. There we go. Not awful. I mean, still a little bit silly puttyish, but not as bad as it was before. Flesh is so hard to replicate. Yes. It is. It definitely. Because I feel like, you know, like flesh colors are just like very nuanced and like it's not just one flat color. It's hard to not just paint it as just one flat color, you know? Like, I feel like this is still a bit on the orangey side, but I'll paint over it. I'll try to figure out a way to make it work. Yeah, not even a little bit. There's undertones and all kinds of things. Exactly. So, I might just try to do some sort of weird... I don't know. I'll try to do like a wash over this and try to paint on some other colors to it too and see if I can make this look a little more realistic than it's currently looking. I mean, currently we've got a color that looks like my foundation color. Yeah, I still feel like she's a little too orangey, but I'm hoping like I've got a wash that says it's a flesh colored wash. I'm wondering what that'll do to this. Will it make it look more fleshy? Will it make it look weird? I don't know. Might just have to experiment and see, and if it turns out like poo, we'll try to repaint it. Yeah, so this is definitely the portion I was least looking forward to was, you know, trying to do like the face. I feel like that. I mean, just doing a base color for now, but like trying to finish up her face is what I am least looking forward to, I think. Because I'm afraid I'm going to make her look like so derpy. It's the first time doing a human face. Monsters and goblins and everything. They have derpy faces. Derpy faces are cute on those things, but humans, less cute with a derpy face sometimes. I mean, still maybe cute in one of those like, oh, it's so ugly, it's cute sort of ways. If anybody knows what I'm talking about with that. Do other people find things to be so ugly that they're cute sometimes? Like, I feel like some animals are just like so ugly that they're cute. Like, what is that? Like that blobfish? Is that what it's called? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like that fish that looks like a blob? Like, that's something that I would consider so ugly it's cute. Pufferfish. No, not a pufferfish. Pufferfish are cute too. Blowfish. Blob. That was not a correct. Okay. Yeah, it is called the blobfish, right? Yeah, not the pufferfish. Yeah, look up blobfish. Yeah. Much uglier than pufferfish. But I think they're like one of those things that it's like a great thing. Yeah, and it looks like a blob. But like, in my opinion, it's one of those things that like, it's so ugly, it's cute. Doesn't even look real. Yeah, right? So does anyone else agree that it's one of those things that like, it's so ugly, it's cute? Or is that just me? It looks like a melted Muppet. Kind of does. Looks a bit like a creepy old man. Yeah. It kind of does. It kind of does. Oh, definitely. Definitely. But in an it's so ugly it's cute sort of way. Okay. I think like this looks like an okay, I guess, base for her flesh, right? I mean, compared to her photo there, we're getting close. We're getting close to something that almost looks fleshy. I mean, it's still silly putty flesh at the moment, but I'll work on trying to add some more color in there and making her a little bit less silly putty-esque. So if we still have fucking nerds hanging out in here at all. So when you make like the flesh color darker, do you make it like darker than this? Or would you say this is like a good base dark? Gotta run. I'll leave you on in the background. Enjoy your night. Oh, thanks for hanging out here, Jay. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you hanging around and lurking. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully it's good. Oh, thank you. I feel like the flesh looks really good. Yeah, I feel like that's at least a good base color to start with. I'll probably try to add a little more color onto it somehow. And we need to actually like paint her face on. Which that's gonna be interesting. Oh, it's good. Thank you. Thank you. I don't hate it. So that's good. Thank you very much. So one other question I kind of have. So I know, like, I always hear, you know, washes are great. Magic workers, you know, all this other stuff. Would you recommend using a wash, like, on an entire figure like this? Or just, like, picking certain parts of the figure to put a wash on? Because I always wonder, like, should you throw a wash over, like, everything on every figure every time? Or is that too much? Is that too much washing? Because I feel like even if you do like a lot of wash over it, you can just kind of paint back over it if it does get like too much at any point, I'm assuming. Kind of what I did with the last one I painted because I felt like it got a little too dark. Depends. I do targeted washes where I want to darken and then layer up. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you. Always appreciate tips from people who know what they're talking about. Because I am definitely still learning. I'm sorry if you see like a little gnat that keeps flying by. He wants to dive into my paint for some reason. If you use a wash on everything, it might end up making the model look dirty. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what happened with the last one I painted. I tried to use a wash on it all, and then I felt like it kind of got like, I don't know. It was much less vibrant, and then I kind of regretted putting a wash on everything, but I didn't want to go through and repaint some of the details again because it took so long in the first place. But, like, I don't hate the way it turned out, but I was kind of regretting putting the wash over everything. So I don't think I'm going to do that with this one, especially because, you know, she's got, like, all these light-colored everythings, and I don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely try to be a little more intentional with my wash going forward. Like when I was doing Ludo, I think it was fine to do it all over him because he's just a big brown furry monster, and I think it's okay if brown furry monsters look dirty. But yeah, I don't think I want Sarah looking as dirty. Oh, and this song is called Chai Latte, and it's reminding me that I have my chai latte off to the side now that all the ice is melted. I was so proud of myself for remembering I had that and not letting all the ice melt, and then I forgot. Oh well. It's all good. I just get in the zone when I paint things, and then I forget that there's like beverages that are sitting next to me with ice melting. Not hating how she's turning out so far. Next week, freeze chai lattes as your ice cubes. Oh, that is genius. And then it won't be watered down. You're a genius, Joy. I should totally do that. Because I do make my own like chai lattes at home. It's not like I go out and get these things fancy or anything. Yeah, I just get like that chai latte concentrate that you mix milk in. They're good. I like them. Yeah, that is so genius. Yeah. Because yeah, it's just like it would totally freeze. And then you just get more chai latte. Yeah, and it stays cold. Yeah, because right now I've got like this nice watered down like last bit of my chai latte. So now it's gonna be like really watered down because this was mostly ice and a little bit of chai latte. But now it's just gonna be a nice watered down one. I'll freeze coffee sometimes for my iced coffee. That's smart. See, you're so smart. Like, you need to be creating these life hack videos instead of like all these other like 5-minute crafts that do the horrible life hacks. Good afternoon, people in the moose. How are you doing? How does the painting? The painting does good. Well, I think we're doing good so far. Love your logo. Did you make it? Oh, my Tail Wagging Games one? Yes, I did make that logo. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do graphic design when I'm not doing board game stuff or painting things. So yes, I did do my own logo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. I am good. Baby just went down for a nap. Now I get to do all of the chores I've been putting up. Oh, well, I'm glad baby went down for a nap, but chores sound less fun. But at least you have time to do them. That is always a good thing. Chores are always nice when they're done. Not always like the doing them part is good, but when they're done, that is always nice. I love when things around the house are done. I just don't want to have to do them half the time. I think I'm going to go with her there next. So she's got brown hair. I might switch over to another reference photo with a better... Let's see. Her hair's just dark brown in any of these reference photos, isn't it? Look at some of these other ones I have. She's just got dark brown for hair. Okay, I'm trying to close things and things are just popping up everywhere. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Dark brown, everything. Like, all the lighting in the Labyrinth movie is also really dark, but she just appears to have just really dark brown hair. Oh, we'll go with the dark brown then. Let's see. She's got almost like an oak brown, I would say. Yeah, we'll go with oak. We'll go with a nice oak brown. Hopefully the chores that you have to do today aren't anything too awful. Hopefully it's something that you can just kind of like zone out and just be able to have some fun doing them, maybe. Like, I always like doing like things like either like I don't enjoy the laundry or dishes, but I like that I can like listen to podcasts or something while I'm doing them, so I can kind of feel like it's not as awful. Things that require hands but not brain. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, okay. Chores. It's the chores that never end. Yeah, dishes, laundry, floors. Yeah. I get that. Yeah, I like doing those so I can, at least have my brain do something else. Whether, it's listening to other people on their streams or, sorry, I keep like shedding all over this for some reason. What podcasts do I listen to? Ooh, lots. Like, the problem is I keep finding more and more podcasts that I want to listen to. So I've only listened to like one episode of every podcast before I find another one. And I'm like, oh, now I want to listen to this podcast. Because I really only listen to them like if I'm driving or if I'm cleaning. And that's about the only times. And only if I'm driving by myself. Because if I'm driving with Drew, like, we're chatting, listening to music and whatnot. So I want to be able to just like mindlessly focus. So it's only if I'm driving by myself somewhere, which I don't drive as many places anymore as I used to. So I don't really get to listen to podcasts all the time. But like the one I'm currently listening to is, what is it? Blue Pig, Pink Pig, I think, which somebody mentioned on here. Like anytime anybody mentions new board game podcast, I try to check it out. There's a bunch of board game podcasts out there too. I can't even remember all of them at the moment. So Very Wrong About Games. They have one. I've started listening to theirs. Theirs is good. The one I probably listen to the most is the Board Game Design Lab. They have their own podcast, and I've listened to that one a lot, especially when we were working on designing our board game. They've got lots of good input on stuff for that. There's a Kickstarter one that I've listened to a lot. I can't recall the name of it. It's something Kickstarter. I listened to that one a lot because I was trying to prepare for us to be able to do a Kickstarter, so I like to hear the stories of everybody who's done Kickstarters in the past. There's a lot. There's certain podcasts I skip episodes of and others that I move to the front of the queue, I also listen to, Blue Pig, Pink Pig, and So Very Wrong About Games. I enjoy both of those. There's a lot of board game podcasts out there, and I think I've got most all of them, like, in my podcast queue at the moment. And I just kind of will scroll through and just see, like, oh, what games are they talking about, or what guests do they have? And I kind of base it on that and see, like, oh, I've been wanting to hear about this game, or, oh, I want to hear from this designer and see what they have to say about something. So I kind of just go based on that. Like, there was Frank West was recently on a podcast, and I can't even remember the name of the podcast he was on, but it was a good one. And I liked the podcast. I need to go back and figure out which one it was, because it was good. And he's always very knowledgeable about a lot of like the publishing side of things, which I'm always interested to find out more information about. Do you have any about non-board game podcasts? Yes, I don't listen to the non-board game podcasts quite as much. I find that I mostly listen to the board gaming podcast. I've tried to listen to like a few like Christian podcasts, but I don't know. I'm very particular about those. And sometimes they say things and it irks me, like some of the things that they say, so then I don't like listening to some of those ones. Gotta run. Have a great painting session. Well, thanks for hopping in. Good to see you, Book of Nerds. I appreciate your tips. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm trying to think if there's any others. Yeah, I feel like I haven't really listened to too many others. Are there any that you enjoy listening to? Like, I'm always open to trying to find new podcasts. But I just find, like, with what limited time I actually have whenever I'm actually listening to podcasts, I don't always, like, check out new ones all the time. Yeah, I was listening to, yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but I was trying to find, like, just a Christian podcast. And, like, the one I tuned into, all they were doing was just, like, judging things. And I'm like, this isn't a very Christian thing to do. So that's why that one irked me. Because they were just, like, talking about other celebrities and, like, judging whether they were Christian or not. I'm like, that's not a Christian thing to do. I'm not listening to this anymore. Aside from the two we mentioned before, the other two that go to the top of my queue are This Game is Broken and The Secret Cabal. Oh, okay. I know that I've got The Secret Cabal on my list. I think I have This Game is Broken, but I'm gonna have to double check now. I feel like that one might be on there. There's so many of them there. Non-board game. I used to listen to The Hilarious World of Depression. Comedians honestly talking about depression. But they ended. Oh, that sounds interesting. And Back from Broken, Addiction Recovery Stories. Oh, those sound really good. Those sound like good ones. Yeah, the Hilarious World of Depression. Yeah, that would be interesting. Because I feel like I always feel like a lot of comedians probably deal with depression. Like, I always think of, like, Robin Williams, and, I feel like a lot of them just kind of deal with it through comedy. They just kind of mask the depression with humor. I mean, and I'm sure that's not every comedian by any means, but I always kind of feel like that's kind of how some of them are. For sure, yeah. And the podcast try really hard to destigmatize mental health issues. That's good. I feel like lately, I feel like it's becoming something that's become more and more destigmatized recently than it ever has been before, at least. Like, still not like 100% by any means, but I feel like there's definitely a lot more people starting to talk about it now, and I think that's good. People shouldn't have to feel like, they're going to get thrown into an insane asylum if they need help for anything. Much easier to make a joke out of your trauma than it is to face it. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It can be. I mean, if it helps people cope to make a joke out of it, that's good. But so long as, you're actually, able to process it as well and get past it. Or at least find ways of coping with it. And I feel like there's definitely like some communities where, you know, it can be more or less frowned upon, but yeah, I think there's definitely nothing wrong with anybody getting help for anything that they need help with. And that's one of the things, like, I'm glad that, like, even our church, like, in the Christian communities, I know not everybody here might be in a Christian community, but that's how I view things. And I know that even, like, the Christian communities in general can be really bad at kind of, you know, just saying that, like, oh, okay, if you have depression, you know, you just need to pray it away or whatever, you know, like, oh, you don't have enough faith or whatever. But I mean, I like that, like, the church that we go to, like, they definitely recommend, you know, being able to, you know, go to counselors or, you know, talk to people about things if you need to. Which I appreciate. But I definitely have known some people who, you know, view it as just being like, oh no, that's just not enough faith. It's like, no, I don't always think that's it. Like, love God, love Jesus, but sometimes the Christian community, I hate that. Our church just hired a full-time counselor. I was very impressed with that decision. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. You know, there's a preacher who lost his son to suicide, and his message was so powerful. Oh, I need to find that video. I don't remember who it was. I feel like I remember hearing about that happen. I don't know if I've seen his message after this, but I feel like I vaguely remember hearing about that happening. At some point. But yeah, I'm sure that's probably a very powerful message. I feel like it's definitely like more and more I find myself separating faith and religion. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Like, unfortunately, some of the religious people can kind of get things wrong sometimes and actually do more harm than good. You know, they mean well. You know, and I try to always remember, like, okay, these people mean well, but I think sometimes people focus on the, you know, instead of actually focusing, you know, like, on, like, what Jesus was actually preaching, or, you know, like, what was God actually was saying, you know, and, like, a lot of it is loving other people. You know, I feel like a lot of people sometimes miss that for some reason. You have to, yeah, we aren't here to tell people about our religion, yeah. I've defined it as faith is my relationship with God, religion is something between you and other people, yeah. Yeah. I can see that. That makes sense. I told a friend recently that not everybody is ready for your testimony. Yeah, especially in the Christian community. Yep. So although I myself am human and will fail and do fail every day, I try my best to do better as a Christian. Yes. I mean, that is really all we can do. You know, and just like, really just loving and caring for other people. Like, no matter where they're at. Like, I've heard some people trying to say that, like, oh, okay, boycott anybody who is anti-Christianity. No. Like, if Jesus boycotted everybody who was anti-Christianity, just imagine how that would have turned out. You know? Like, no. Like, you... people. Like, they mean well, but they... Some people say some things, and I'm just like, do you even read what's in the Bible at all? You just didn't come for the saved, you came for the sinners. Exactly. Like, some people seem to forget that. Oh. People are crazy. I feel like she's starting to look somewhat okay. Yeah, exactly. So... I feel like a lot of times people forget that. And they like to think that, like, oh no, this is like, I feel like sometimes people treat it like a club. Like, oh, we just want to be a part of this cool club. Like, no. It's not just a cool club. Good thing, because I'm nowhere near perfect. Just don't tell anyone that, because I think I'm, yeah, I know I definitely have, some stuff in my past as well, which, I don't really bring up the first time I meet anybody. It's part of being human. I feel like we've all definitely made mistakes. And to think that anybody, like, to expect anybody to be perfect is insane. And I think, that's why, I definitely try to keep an open mind about, everything and everyone in every situation, because, people have backstories that, who knows why they did what they did, but, there's always a chance for everybody to kind of come around at some point in life. It happened to me. It could happen to anybody. Thank you, Joy. Yeah, no one's ever too far gone. I think I'm liking how she's turning out so far. Like, she's faceless, but she's not looking awful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome back, Drew. Yeah, you came back. We were having a little bit of a faith talk. I'm sure that's probably frowned upon on most streams, because I know all people believe all sorts of things, but like, my view is, if you can't talk about what you believe in, then maybe you don't really believe in it. Oh yeah, Drew's here. Everyone, shh. I'm all about faith-based conversations. Yes. I know you are. You know, and I'm open to hearing what other people believe too, and I'm okay with if anybody doesn't agree with me and what I believe in. Totally fine. Totally fine. People are allowed to believe whatever they want to believe. I mean, it doesn't affect me at all. It affects them. Yeah, it's not going to offend me one bit if somebody tells me they believe something different than me. So, hopefully people don't get offended if I believe something different than them. I did say it. They're wrong, but it's fine. Just kidding. Yeah. I mean, hey, we will all find out for sure one day, right? Who was right. I mean, but the thing is that, like, so just looking at, like, research on anything, like, I don't think there's any argument about Jesus being a real person at any point. Like, even every single religion, pretty much, for the most part, agrees Jesus was a real person. Even if they only call him, like, a prophet or something. They all agree that he was real. So it's just a matter of, like, whether you think he was a liar or not. I feel like that's what a lot of it boils down to. Or I guess whether you think that people made him out to be alive. Yeah, the Bible lines up with historians, yeah. And that's why it's like, if you, for people who actually do research, I feel like a lot of people don't want to actually do the research on things, and they want to just assume that if it's written by a human at any point, it must be wrong. But yeah, like, if you actually, like, dig in and do research on things, it's fascinating, like, how much kind of lines up with, oh, wow, yeah, Jesus was a real person. This has actually got legit stuff to it. This actually lines up, yeah. What am I going for now? Do I want to try to attempt some of those swirly bits on her vest? Save those for later. I feel like, is my video getting, like, kind of, like, skipping frames? I feel like, at least on my end, it looks like it's starting to skip frames a little bit. I mean, I might call it here, just because I feel like this is kind of a good stopping point for her for right now. I've got all the base colors in. I feel like my video's skipping frames now, like Twitch is trying to kick me off, like, oh, she tried to talk Jesus, let's kick her off. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Make sure I don't have any other programs open. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, feels like the video. I keep buffering and then it's green. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting buffering too. Yeah. I just tried closing. I had Firefox open and I think that sometimes. Yeah. No solid movement. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think I might go ahead and just kind of end the stream here for right now, especially since, for whatever reason, it's getting a little bit laggy at the moment. I feel like I'm at a good stopping point right now anyway. So let's see who is on that we can raid. If I haven't scared most everybody away by now. I appreciate y'all for sticking around. Jesus is always a good note to end on. I agree. If there's ever anybody hanging around that wants to talk more Jesus talk, always happy to talk about it more. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's totally fine. But if anybody ever does want to talk Jesus talk, I'm always happy to talk that too. Let's see, who's on right now? Yeah. Twitch is like, you can't do that. Yeah, no. You're talking about Jesus and not sitting in a hot tub? What? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely the oddball on Twitch at the moment. Alright, let's see. Who is on that we can read? Let's see. Hello. I haven't ended the stream yet. Are you just popping in?
No, I
Okay.
I think it's an internet issue.
Oh, okay. See, Drew is here. Here, let me switch back
I was
over.
looking at the bottom. Yeah, I think it's an internet issue.
Is the audio still coming through okay? Is it just the video that's acting weird?
The audio is okay. The video is not great.
Well, I'm gonna end the stream right now anyway, so we can try to troubleshoot the internet in a second. Let's see. Oh,